Jane Hepburn, it's been very nice to come to South Ayrshire because I feel very much at home being my native county.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
We came here over 20 years ago,
Yeah.
so this is really the first garden
Right.
that I've ever done.
But when did you start seriously gardening?
Seriously?
Yeah.
In 2003, when I planted the first of my national collections of roses.
So now, where did your love of roses
From my mother.
stem from?
Absolutely from my mother.
Yeah.
Small child in my mother's garden, and I was allowed, if I was very good, to deadhead, but not from my mother, from my mother's gardeners. I wasn't allowed to...
Oh, I see, right.
Yes, they were
I tell you
frightened.
what, this is rather a nice convention at Ladyburn.
Absolutely.
Take the coffee
Walk
with you.
around the garden, taking your coffee or tea with you.
Jane, as we come to the first collection of roses, I have to say that we're not looking at a public parks display like Tollcross where the trials are.
Oh, absolutely not.
These are roses in their natural habitat.
I'm growing them in as natural a habitat as
Yeah,
I possibly can.
Now, what collection are we looking at
These
here?
are hybrid musks, but that's my private collection.
Uh-huh.
It's not part of the national collections.
Right there. Let's bite the bullet. What is the national collection? NCCPG.
TCPG. National Council for the Conservation of Plants and Gardens.
Magic!
We've done it!
First time! Well, that's what we're telling them. The point is, it's a conservation, it's
Yes, it's to
making-
preserve as many of the varieties
Yes,
and
yes,
species
yes.
as you possibly can so that they're not lost.
So back to my original point, we're not
Yeah.
talking about hybrid musks, we're
No,
only talking
no,
about
we're
collection. So what's that?
This is a Rambler, it's Mary Wallace, that is a Rugosa, and then we've got the climber is Lawrence Johnson, which is an absolute monkey.
Oh, really? Well,
Absolute
it's climbing the
monkey.
tree, if you'll pardon.
Yes. And probably it's very happy there for some unknown
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
And it should flower quite happily this year.
Yes, good. We'll talk about care and maintenance in a minute. The shrub roses in the corner, is that part of your...
Yes, that's part of the
Flower.
national collection of
Uh-huh,
Rugosas. They like the woodland condition, and,
Yeah.
and this is a little bit of woodland, but it has a lot of light.
Well, we're taking this detour. You just hold on to my cup for a minute, because I spotted one of the secrets of success, I think, in growing roses. Because obviously, as well as good soil, you've got to be able to feed the roses well, and you have got copious amounts of this wonderful stuff, horsemuck.
Horsemuck.
And you use that for compost and for
Absolutely
mulching?
everything.
Yes.
Everything. Mulching, composts,
Yeah.
anytime, because it's so good, and I have to say it's free. Well, not quite free, but very
That's
nearly.
your Scottishness coming out. Let's continue the perambulation. Why is it that roses and fruit trees grow well together?
Because roses and apple trees can suffer from the same mildew. It's not the same one, but it's of the same family.
Yes, yes.
So the rose grows, plant them at the bottom. When the roses show sign of mildew, the apple growers know it's time to spray the apple trees.
Every day's a school day, you know.
I know.
You're a mine of information.
And it's not always useless. Well, Jim, we've now come to my en masse collection.
Okay.
These are the Scotch roses.
Yes.
Spianissima, Pimpinella folias are their proper names.
yes.
Scotch roses is what we know. Flowers. Do you know, she's a devil. There was no sign of a flower last night. And here she is. This is Mary Queen of Scots.
Oh,
Quite typical.
right. Well, I wanted to talk to you about maintenance, you know, because
Yes.
you do care for your plants. What would you do with this one there?
If I show you here,
Yes, okay.
here's a plant. Now, there's a bud here. When this is finished flowering,
Yeah.
I will take it off, and I'll take it to about here,
Yeah, yeah.
and just snip it there. And with any luck, I'll promote a bud into there.
So whereas we do the other roses in March or whatever the time is, You do this when you feel it's necessary.
I do a little in November. I tidy up in November,
Yeah.
taking out the dead stuff and just shaping it.
Yes.
And then I don't do anything again until March, April, when most of the frosts are away.
And then as you deadhead in the summer,
And
you're
as
still
I
at it.
did it, I just do it. It's so much easier than having to go. Otherwise, I'd be at it all day.
Oh, we've got a forest of roses here. What have we got here?
Well, we have rugosas, we have climbers.
And all this production, of course, is for sale when
This
you
is
get to the shows.
All for Gardening Scotland.
Good on you. Yes, we're going to look forward to that. But I think we should get in out of the rain because you've some more stuff in
come
here.
on, because there's some more in the polytunnel. This is my nerve centre. This is where the work is all done, where I do my potting.
Yes,
And
yes,
until last night, I thought this was the only rose I had flowering. It's a Thérèse Brunet, it's a rugosa, and it's very special because all the Brunet roses have this wonderful red stem, which you can't see so much now, but of course in the winter when there's
it's very obvious from the selection you have here that this is where you actually start to prepare the plants for show, isn't it? So we're looking forward to seeing you at Gardening Scotland. But what you say was the single most important reason why roses are universally, if not the most, almost the most popular flower?
Because they make people smile. If I say, there you are, you see, you're smiling.
You've shown us a bit of that today. You've been a bit magic yourself, madam.
Oh, thank you.
It's been wonderful. Thank you very much.
It's been lovely having you all.
It's been a good year for the rock.